would like to say a few things about recent action of Nintendo, and as a result, Emuparadise is changing their policy. Basically, I'm not going to talk about just Emuparadise, but instead I would like to mention few other things. For example, well, mainly some YouTubers post their videos about that Emuparadise changing their policy, disabling download of all ROMs will be something really bad, that will hurt gamers all over the world. And well, I'm one of gamers, players from around the world, and I would like to say a few things about that. Well, some YouTubers post that those games are no longer giving any revenue to Nintendo and other developers and other companies, because it's not just about Nintendo. Currently on Emuparadise, all ROM download is disabled, so not just Nintendo consoles, but also Sony consoles, Sega consoles, other consoles from other companies. So it's not just Nintendo, it's just entire website, and LoveROMs is down totally. Some other website will probably follow, but well, YouTubers say that it's a bad thing to shut down those websites because it's a nostalgia, it's something people get used to, and it's an archive of old games, and those games which don't bring any revenue right now, so why shut it down? Well, I know emu scene for a long time now, maybe like 18 years now, 18 years. So I would like to mention that that's not the whole truth. You see, those ROMs, they did not appear like 5 years after game release or 10 years after game release. Those DOMs didn't just come out after they were unavailable, after those games were unavailable in stores. They came right away when those games were in stores, or some came even earlier. So you can only imagine that Nintendo is and other companies are holding a bit a grudge, or maybe a huge grudge to those websites, because those ROMs, they not hurting them right now, but they did hurt their revenue in the past. So you can, well, for those who remember times of GBA, emu scene, like games did come to stores, and well, people already played those games on their PCs using various emulators, and for example, even before game came to store, like The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, it was available online before it was available at retailers. So many people played that game before it came to shelves. So emulation is not always just uh, presenting old titles to audience which never played those games, but it's sometimes just regular piracy. And of course, Nintendo, to protect their business, and other companies don't want that to happen. And do you remember Ultra HLE? For those who don't, that is the first fully working Nintendo 64 emulator. And I remember people could play Nintendo 64 games, and well, it wasn't 5 years after those games came to shelves, or a year after, but it was straight away and well, that did hurt Nintendo revenue. Don't tell me that didn't. And well, like many of you noticed, Nintendo love cartridges, and there's no way to uh, use a cartridge in your PC, because it's just their format, it's just their cartridges. So you can say, for example, like it was with Blin, that, or Connectix Virtual Game Station, that uh, emulation was to play original game copies, because in case of Nintendo it was always about playing dumps uh, downloaded from the internet, and in many times it hurt Nintendo. And what about PSP? Many people modified their PSPs, many people patched their PSPs, and they were getting games from the internet to play it without buying them. So again, let's go to Nintendo DS. Same thing. Just download game, don't buy it, and not like sometime after premiere, but during the premiere, before the premiere, and well, you need to understand that emulation is not only about old games people can play on PC, but in many cases it's about new games people play on their PCs or Mac, and it's almost always without buying a legit copy from store, and many people never have Nintendo DS, and they have bunch of Nintendo DS games, and they play those DS games. And here's where the problem comes for Nintendo, because you see, they base their business on their franchise. So, well, Nintendo's got franchise, and that franchise is exclusive for Nintendo. Now, today you can watch many videos on YouTube, for example, how to download some Pokemon game, and well, it says just get an emulator on your Android device, or similar, or maybe, I don't know, I saw a video of an Android emulator, but well, iOS, there must be some iOS emulator as well, and it just says, and go to LoveROMs and get Pokemon game and play it. Well, Nintendo doesn't like their franchise to be present on device which is not from Nintendo, and simply, well, except Super Mario Run and a few games which are officially made by Nintendo Mobile, but well, they don't want people to download emulator, and they don't want people to download Pokemon games, Zelda games, or Super Smash Bros. Games, or new Super Mario games. I'm not sure if there are Super Smash Bros. game version available uh, for Nintendo DS or others. Well, there is Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 64, and there is definitely Nintendo 64 emulator for mobile devices. But my point is, um, well, they don't make any money of that, and people are starting to think that to play Pokemon or other game you just need to download emulator for Android and download ROM online. So their franchise is no longer for many associated with Nintendo brand, with Nintendo game console. They think those games are for emulators. They don't think that's for Nintendo's hardware. They don't think that's for they don't think that they have to buy it. They just need to download ROM and play it. Why buy it if you can play it? You can download it online, and you don't even need Nintendo hardware to play it. And that's what hurts Nintendo mainly. Porting their franchise to device which doesn't come from Nintendo, because that's their strength, that's their power, their franchise on their device, that's their whole business, their franchise exclusive on their device. And if many people are just making it so easy to play games on different device, on emulators, and if it's so easy to download ROMs, of course Nintendo won't stand by and say, okay, we're okay with that, yeah, play Pokemon on your Samsung Galaxy or on your iPhone. We don't mind, we don't care, it's okay. Although many people will say, okay, so do I really need to buy a Nintendo console? And people may get used to not buying a Nintendo device, not buying games from Nintendo, but just getting emulator, like waiting few years. Oh, I won't buy that Nintendo console, I just wait for emulator and I will play it on my smartphone. I play that game on my smartphone, on my tablet, or on my PC. Why bother if it's so easy? They're not doing anything with that, so they must be okay with it. It's like piracy, but they don't do anything with that, so it must be fine, must be okay. So basically, well, I'm not saying that Nintendo Switch will be very soon emulated on smartphones. Just a thought, just an idea, just the main concept. Basically, in my opinion, Nintendo is more protecting their franchise, and because it's not only about those games, like literally about those games. It's more about their franchise being available on other device than Nintendo device. So that's my point. Well, I'm posting this video to show you my view on what recently happened, and well, like I said before, many people think that it's about Nintendo protecting their games, and that they do bad thing because it's a library of old games. So some people never played it and it should be available online, etc. But on the other thing, those games, many people did play those games straight away, or before they got officially published, before they hit shelves, and they had those games from emulation websites. And emulation is not just playing old games, sometimes it's playing very new games. Latest Zelda, for example, it was a huge hit for emulator developers to be able to launch latest Zelda on PC, and that wasn't an old game. That wasn't an old game. uh, to play years after premiere. That was just new Nintendo Switch and well Wii U game, just for others to be able to play it on their PC, and Nintendo didn't make revenue of it. Well, seriously, didn't. Well, maybe some people bought Switch after playing this game. Maybe some people said, "Oh, this game is so great on my PC," so maybe it actually did. But when you look at it, just think, okay, people are downloading new games and they find a way to play it on their PC without buying any Nintendo hardware, and oh, bad Nintendo because they want to fight such a thing. And again, Nintendo's got a grudge about against emulation websites, because those websites which have ROMs, because well, those ROMs are many times available before premiere of a game, and not and maybe few days after premiere of a game, but not always years after game premiere. Those ROMs, those dumps, they have dates, and well, those dates clearly state that ROM was made just straight after premiere, for example, after game premiere. So it's not like those ROMs magically appear after games disappeared from shelves. So those games came straight after games hit shelves. Those ROMs came straight after games hit shelves. So I just want to mention that, because yeah, and people modifying their PSPs, their Nintendo DS, and other consoles. GBA also had some capability, also had some pirate game cartridge, rewritable game cartridge, and those people are also, well, those people, yeah, I'm not going to say that anymore. Well, some people did also download ROM of a new game and just put that game on their cartridge, and well, yeah, and play it without buying it. And some people, they just play a game without without having a console at all on their PC, and today on their smartphone. So, well, yeah, Nintendo is against that. Other companies don't like that as well. So I'm not trying to say, okay, it's a good thing they're shutting down those websites. I'm trying to say that it's more. It's a bit more to that story than just. It's more to that story than just Nintendo shutting down library of old games. So many people, many young people won't be able to play those games. It's just more to that story, and that's what I'm trying to say. And key message, keywords of what I'm saying are, yes, I know I'm repeating myself for almost 20 minutes now. The key words of what I'm saying is franchise and straight after premiere or even before premiere. So franchise, straight after premiere, before premiere, and played on, available on other device than Nintendo. And that goes for other brands as well. That goes for other brands as well. So other companies are not happy with emulation websites, because well, emulation is not always for emulation. Emulation is not always playing old games which don't make revenue. Today it's sometimes about playing very new games and just don't buying them, even not buying whole system. If someone did watch it, thank you for watching.
Thanks.